with the win. Aberg skyrockets to first in the FedEx Cup standings, and he jumps to fourth in the official World Golf rankings. Take a look there at number 5, Nick Taylor. And yes, he had another great week. Mark, it was a wild Sunday at Torrey Pines. You had a front row seat working for PGA Tour Radio. Just looking at Aberg, how impressive was this performance, given he birdied 4 of the last 6 holes to get the job done?
Yeah, that's what I love about this performance, guys, is he went out and won it. And often on the PGA Tour each week, sometimes somebody wins a golf tournament and sometimes somebody loses a golf tournament. This was very much an Aberg kind of stealing it from Maverick McNeely, who should be applauded for the way he played on Sunday. But Ludvig Aberg did exactly what he had to do and just kind of almost birdied his way home. Um, it's interesting. We very much talk about Ludvig Aberg as a complete player. We've been saying that since he came out, 2 years ago now? And he checks all the boxes. He might not be the best at the world and everything, but he's kind of top 5, maybe top 10. He's never outside the top 10 in anything. Kind of the way we speak of Xander Schauffele. I think we maybe left something up for grabs, or we didn't see it. It might be because he's young and we need time to see it. But Bob, the thing that impressed me most, Weeksy, and what maybe we are just starting to find out is how strong this kid is between the years. You heard it there in my post-round interview. I asked him about that importance of that drive on 18 to kind of man up and put it in the fairway. He says, I just hit it as hard as I could and aimed straight down the middle. He's got guts, Bob.
You like that, and I don't know if that's experience or naivety. He's either too young or he's already advanced beyond his age in terms of smarts. But you're right. Everyone's talking about that drive on the last hole. I think it's great to see him just plow after it, and then finishing it up from there because he was between clubs on his approach shot. So I think that there's a lot of maturity in his game. I think we're seeing that. I think we might have seen this win come before if he hadn't been sick the last time they were down around here. But I think he played so well in the Masters last year. I think it's going to be interesting to see what he does in the 4 majors now, because obviously he's got a calmness about his game. He doesn't seem to get rattled or excited when it's a big tournament or a big stop or he's in the big moment. So those things are all good. The other thing that's interesting too is he switched drivers for the last round, I understand. So that's kind of an interesting another example maybe of I'm not afraid to try something different, even though I have a chance to win the tournament. So a lot to like about Ludvig Aberg.
Yeah, really cool redemption story too, Bob, to your point, how at the Farmers Insurance Open a couple weeks ago at Torrey Pines, we both had him on our pick squad, and he looked great through 36 holes, and then he got sick. So really cool performance for Aberg to bounce back the way he did. Now, as we look ahead here, guys, 4th ranked player in the world. He's got this even-keeledness, this cool, calm confidence. Mark, what are your expectations for Aberg at the majors in 2025?
Well, I think, I don't want to speak on behalf of all of us, but I think I'm pretty safe to say that we all agreed, the 3 of us, that he was golf's next superstar.
Yeah.
I mean, it was obvious. It's right there. So my expectations for him at the majors this year are quite high. And to Bob's point, it's going to start early with me. I've already got my Masters team almost locked in. If you give me, we'll typically go around the horn on our Masters TSN coverage, and it'll be looking for a past champion and international and American, and we go through our categories. And right now, he's on my team, and he's been on my team for Augusta for a while. And something else I noticed as well, guys, something to keep note on. I can't believe, by the way, none of us had him this week. I mean, that was crazy. I guess maybe we didn't believe he was healthy yet. I don't know. The one thing to note, when he says, I like a golf course, which he's very open about Torrey Pines, and he's very open about Augusta National, and he doesn't like Century. He doesn't like Kapalua. He told the 3 of us at our Adidas event when we were in Hawaii, the 3 of us together. When he likes a place, watch out. When he stands up there early in the week at the microphone and declares, love the golf course, keep your head up for Ludvig Aberg that week.
What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, listen, again, it's 2 years ago, this kid was in university. I mean, we're forgetting how young he is and how much experience he's already gained and how much maturity, I guess, or I was going to say moxie he's got, but how much maturity he's got with his game and with his thoughts. And he doesn't seem to be too cocky, doesn't seem to be too outlandish. Like Mark said, he's just sort of says, and this may be the European side of him that's coming through where, He's just, yeah, I like this golf course. I don't like this golf course. It's sort of matter of fact. And I don't think, as Mark said before, was that there's really a weak part of his game where you can go through everyone else and look through and say, well, this is the part that's going to be weaker. But there's not a lot there that goes off the rails. He might have a bad day with a wedge or the putter or something, but it's like a one-off. So it's hard not to like him coming into big events.
And for Ludvig Aberg, that cool, calm confidence. It's not very often that you see a young player walking down the 72nd hole looking for a second career win and laughing. He was that ready to get it done yet again. Also a good week for Scotty Scheffler. We'll see him in the winner's circle, I'm sure, very soon. And how about Canadian Nick Taylor, a T9? There's now been a Canadian who's finished T12 or better in all 7 PGA Tour events this season.